Hi mommy, welcome to Legs Gone Wild. You are going to love how this workout makes you feel. First thing, you need to go grab a sturdy chair. If you don't have a sturdy chair, you can use your couch that may be backed up against the wall or even a bedside, anything that's not going to just go sliding away once you put your feet or your tush on it. And you're also going to need a medium set of dumbbells. We're going to get started with a simple body weight warm-up that is going to get our entire lower half activated and ready to really fire during this workout and get our heart rate up a little bit. So we're gonna come down to a little bit of a squat, pivot, squat, and up. Squat, pivot, squat, and up. Down, twist, center, up. Notice we're staying down until I say up. Down, twist, center, up. Your gaze is in line with the direction your torso is facing. Down, twist, center, up. Now side kick. Choose a side. I want you hinging at the knee. Thighs coming high. Opposite arm as the leg that is kicking is in front of you, in front of your face for counterbalance. Same leg that is kicking, that arm will come behind you. Your kicks don't need to be high yet. We're warming up the body. Turning the obliques on. Same thing other side. One more time, ladies. We're going through this again. So down, twist, center, and up. Down, twist, center, and up. So today, and this week, something I want you to work on is eating more anti-inflammatory foods. We know that inflammation can be an okay thing when our muscles are recovering, right? It can be healthy. But when it becomes a problem is when it's chronic inflammation. When your body is constantly stressed, you're doing your side kicks. And the good thing is that our body naturally lowers it, but a healthy anti-inflammatory diet will accelerate getting the inflammation out of your body so that we can reduce our chances of a whole host of diseases as well as increase longevity. So I want you eating broccoli. Broccoli has vitamin C, vitamin K, magnesium, but the best property in it, the most studied property, is called sulforaphane. And this is a special compound that helps reduce environmental toxin effect on female hormones. If you can't consume broccoli, Brussels sprouts are another good option. I have not found any link between consuming broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts with making my baby gassy. I often wonder if that's just an old wives' tale, because lactose certainly can, which is milk sugar, but I have not found the link between, on your floor, feet up here on your chair, between consuming broccoli and my breast milk being gassy. It may make you gassy, but not your milk. So elevated glute bridges. Hips are kind of as high as possible. So you'll notice on this, round one is completely regular, okay? Regular part of the move. And then round two, we do a pulse. And then round three, we do 5 pulses. So really good variety here. We have progressed you up to elevated bridges, which is one of the hardest forms that we can do. You may feel your hamstrings and glutes jiggle a little bit. That's okay, I want that. On the buzzer, you're going to grab your weight and we're going to do chair squats. Your heels are one hand width away from your chair. Coming down and tush is going to tap the chair. Weight is here at your chest. How many repetitions can you get in? We're not slamming the tailbone into the chair, it's just a little tiny tap, touching the surface layer of your bottom, touching the skin, not creating a bruise. Essentially what I'm giving you is something to reach back and sit into. If your heels are too close to the chair, you're cheating yourself. On the buzzer, I want you back down on the floor. We're doing our glute bridges with a pulse. The middle of your foot is coming up to the chair, so glute bridge with a pulse at the top. Come all the way up and a pulse. All the way up with a thrust. Up and thrust. Up and squeeze. Turn on the low back and the glutes. Other foods I want you eating more of are berries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, golden berries, goji berries. All of these have anthocyanins. This is a special antioxidant compound that gives them their purple, blue, or red color. The Greek word for antho, easy way to remember this, is flower. And then cyanins comes from the word blue in Greek. So you're getting those anthocyanins from your berries. Back to your chair. Grab one weight. Check your feet. Want them about a hand width away from the chair. We're coming down. Tap, pulse. Tap, pulse. Up. Pulse. Squat, pulse. Reach back, pulse. In order to avoid hyperextending the low back, I don't want an anterior pelvic tilt by reaching back. I want you to think about keeping spine in a posterior pelvic tilt position, almost as if you're trying to tuck your tush under, and that's going to put you into a neutral spine position. So not overarching the low back here. Tap, tap. 1, 2. All right, this is round 3. This is our 5 pulses. This is the hardest variation, all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower but not resting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's also just helping train our pelvic floor in a different way. Like when you have a sneeze attack, your muscles around the urethra will be able to squeeze better. The bulbar cavernosus will be able to clench, keep everything in. All right, ladies, here we go. 5 pulses for your squats. Check your feet position. Reaching glutes back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do not allow your bottom to rest on the chair. Simply tapping it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Imagine your 3-year-old were there and you're teasing her. You're not actually sitting on her little legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze up. Ladies, put those weights down. We are going into our calf blasters. We're going for 15 forward raises, 15 with toes out, 15 toes in, 15 seconds up, and then we're repeating that for 10. So I'll be doing it with you. Right now, toes are facing forward. We're going for 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just fingertips. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Give me toes facing outward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 13, 14, 15. Toes pointing inwards. Notice I'm not giving you any rest here. That's on purpose. I really want to keep the calves under load, just like as if you were running or going on a hike. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, toes forward, up for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now 10 forward calf raises. So going through that same thing except for 10 reps. Toes pointed out, 10 reps. Three, two, one. Point toes together. Toes aren't actually touching, but they're pointed inward like pigeon feet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward, give me a 10-second hold up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your medium set of dumbbells. We are going into curtsy lunges. And remember, this first round is just nice and normal, okay? This is a slight diagonal reaching back, not overreaching, just slight. Staying on the same leg the entire time. So just like you've learned the pattern, this will be a regular round, and then we'll do the pulse round and then the 5 pulse round. Your rear foot is landing just a hair to the side of the front foot, not way over here. Working this glute. And 2, 1. Shake that out. Same thing, other side, ladies. Make sure you have enough space behind you. And let's go for it. All right, other anti-inflammatory foods that I want you making sure that you have in your diet weekly. Garlic, onions, ginger. The way I like to consume garlic and onions is in my dinners. I love mixing in other anti-inflammatory foods, spinach, kale, collards with my garlic and onions, and sauteing those up. You can do a big container, like a whole bag of kale that you've deep-ribbed or a whole bag of spinach, put it in the fridge, and you have an anti-inflammatory bowl that you can pair alongside some eggs or tofu if you prefer, and have an easy side ready to go. Rest that out. We're going into our pulses. That's extremely anti-inflammatory for your body. So even when you do have stuff like donuts and pizza, you're reducing the effects by also consuming anti-inflammatory foods, either after or alongside. 1, 2. Back up. 2, 1. Curtsy lunge, pulse. Curtsy lunge, pulse. Curtsy lunge, 1 pulse. Sometimes ladies ask me, why didn't I include portion sizes in the mom cookbook or in my 10-minute plan recipes? I did that on purpose because we're doing curtsy lunge, 1 pulse, because in the season of motherhood, we're all have different needs, different ages, maybe breastfeeding, maybe formula feeding, maybe past that season altogether. You may be taller or shorter than me, different genetics, different activity levels. A nurse working 12-hour shifts is going to burn a whole lot more calories than someone who's potentially working as a secretary and needs to be seated at a desk all day. So some women may need 2 servings at dinner, and I didn't want their guilt be associated. Oftentimes I have two heaping plates or bowls every dinner, and that's just kind of normal for me, but someone else may need less or may need more. So I truly want you going by your hunger and your satiety cues on when to eat and when to stop eating, when to say, hey, I'm satisfied, I'm done, I've had enough. I fueled my body with what it needs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This round really burns the most. 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're reaching back far enough, but not too much of an angle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back into your Kirsty lunge pulsing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Self-check, making sure that the chest isn't collapsing forward, okay? I need nice and upright. Switch sides. Last round here, then we're gonna press pause and go into our calf blasters. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of times women may feel limited because anti-inflammatory foods can come off as fancy or high-end, expensive. I want you to know that I would actually prefer if you eat frozen versus food that was picked 3 weeks too early, sat in a shipping truck, sat in the supermarket, sat in your fridge, and didn't have max antioxidant capacity, because once they're frozen straight from a farm, they're flash frozen. All those antioxidants, they're trapped in there, and that's what I want. So fortunately, frozen is a lot cheaper than fresh when it comes to berries and other fruits and vegetables. Calf blasters. You can always grab some wall space, which I really like to do for extra balance. Give me 15 front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes pointed out. (14, 15). Toes pointed inward but not touching. Okay, they're right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gentle fingers. Toes forward, 15-second hold up on tiptoes. You can be holding the wall. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 10 forward raises, mommy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, points it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point it in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to hold. Toes facing me, mind facing towards you. All the way up for 10 seconds. Get as high as you possibly can, reducing contact with the floor. And that's about 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, get higher, 2, 1. Oh, release it down. Next exercise, a little bit more advanced. I'm going to show you before we get the buzzer turned on. This is a hinged goblet squat. So it is not a deadlift, nor it is a goblet squat, okay? So instead of goblet squat, which would be coming straight down like this, we're actually hinging at the waist so that your weights are coming in between the legs. They're not out here, they're not behind the legs, they're in between the legs. Your spine is still in neutral. We're coming back up. This is simply placing increased demand on your glutes. So get ready for it. Weights are going to be right here. Here are hinged goblet squats, just regular right now. 1. Knees and hips are hinging simultaneously. What strong, purposeful hip flexion, just pushing the glutes to the back of your room. Knees are out at a 15-degree angle in line with the toes that are also out at a 15-degree angle. Gaze is down towards the front of your mat. One weight down. Actually, let's start with both weights down for this round. We're working on our side lunges. Gonna be nice and wide, lunging from one side to the other. If you can, I want you to work on keeping your feet on the mat today versus allowing the toes to point to the ceiling, okay? Now, if this is too easy for you, you can grab a weight at any time. For the next round, keep in mind we'll be doing a pulse on each side, and then for round 3, 5 pulses. So keep that in the back of your mind as you decide whether you want to apply resistance or not. I'm typically all about, if we were in person one-on-one right now, challenging you and then decreasing it if it turns out to be too much. I would hate for you to miss the opportunity of pushing yourself when your body's actually capable for it. These are hinged goblet squats. Hips are flexing, knees are flexing at the same time. Here we go. 1, 2, torso's hinged forward, gaze is down at the front, towards the front of your mat. Gaze is not down at your feet like this. I don't want to see any of that. It'll create an arch in the thoracic spine, which I don't want for you. How low you go is going to be dependent on your level of mobility and also how your pelvis tilts naturally. This can be very much be genetic based on how wide or narrow your pelvic structure is and where the head of the femur is placed inside of the pelvis. I'm going to use one weight here. These are our side lunges. We're alternating, applying a pulse at the bottom. Legs nice and wide before we start. 1, 2, other side. 1, 2. No wasting time in the dead space, okay? 2, 1. 1, 2. 2, 1. Self-check when you glance down at your knees. Are they doing this number? Then fix them. Make sure they're facing forward. 1, 2. Knees will want to cave in as you fatigue at any exercise. This is common for female runners. It lends to IT band syndrome, patellofemoral syndrome, ACL irritation. So keeping knees in alignment is important during this exercise. Hinged goblet squat. Toes are angled slightly out, hinging glutes back, bending down. Your spine is a board. It's not arching down or changing position. The hips and the knees, that's what's hinging. Weights are lowering down in between your feet. All right, 5 pulses. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just keep in mind, some types of fats are inflammatory. Other types of fats, anti-inflammatory. So the fats that we want to limit or avoid, hydrogenated vegetable oils. That's the number one. Anything that is a fake butter, soft margarine, just skip it. Try to skip aerosol sprays. What we do want to consume is olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, peanuts for some of us who can't eat them, cashew nuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios. Here we go. Back to our calf blasters. 15 reps. I'm going to try to do it without touching the wall this time. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Toes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last round. Toes in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Avoid letting the heels hit the ground. They're hovering off the ground. 13, 14, 15. Toes forward, 15-second hold up. Getting as high as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 10 forward raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Toes out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Toes inward. This is training the outside of our calves when we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last one, toes facing towards the front, all the way up for a long 10-second, really high hold. Get higher. You're reaching up. Someone's measuring you right now. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, ladies. Let's go into our kneeling hamstring stretch. We have a little guest with us. Laurel just woke up from her nap, so I wanted to grab her so she's not fussing all by herself. So we are going to stagger the feet, ladies. Bend the back knee down to the mat. Front foot is going to come to your heel. Inhale with me up. On the exhale, we're shooting glutes towards the back of the room and folding the entire upper body down to the mat. Hands are going to place on either side of the mat. So inhale and then exhale. So something that I wanted to add regarding what we were discussing earlier with running and how a lot of people will just attribute it to a weak pelvic floor. Your history of either C-section or traumatic gut issues or gut issues over time can also play into the positioning of your bladder and your bladder neck. So just something else to keep in mind. Toes pointed up to the ceiling. Grab your toes if you can. We're going to sit back into this. Really elongating the hamstring and calf more, ensuring that the foot is in the center line. However, the pros to all of this is that we are strengthening all of the muscles in and around the pelvic floor area, including the hips and the glutes, your legs and your low back, your abdomen, your internal, external obliques. All of these muscles work synergistically together so that a weakness in one of those won't be adding to the problem. It won't be causing further pressure. And we're going to switch sides. So stand back up with me. Feet in a staggered position. And come down to kneeling. Heel is on your mat. Inhale with me up. And on the exhale, you are making your leg longer, shooting the glute back behind you. Inhale and exhale. And elongate the leg. Palms of your hands are planting on either side of the mat. Oh, big bless you. You're just on your sleep sack over here. This is purely right out of nap time. I know you moms can relate. Grab your toes if you can and work on seating down to your bottom, fixing the foot, aligning it in line with the body, not out here. And sit back into it. One more stretch, ladies, that I really want us to do together to release the lumbar spine. We're going to fold the legs at 90 degrees, lay down on your back. Now allow your knees to fall all the way out to the side and to rest down on the floor. So we're going to come down here. Shoulder blades are staying glued to the mat. I want you taking a couple big inhales here on your own. If this is way too easy for you and you're like, Ash, this isn't doing anything for me, great. This is telling me you have excellent spinal mobility. What I want you to do to take it a step further is you'll take this upper leg and you'll place the bottom part of your foot on top of the quadricep. Use your hand that's on the same side and place weight onto it to get a greater stretch here. Oh girl, please don't put your mouth on these shoes. And 3, 2, 1. We're going to do the same thing other side. So you're gluing your feet and ankles together. And we're going to fold over to the side. Shoulder blades are not coming up off the mat. And if you want to take it a step further, the bottom of your foot will come to the top of the quad. Using this upper hand for extra weight. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies, you are done. Congratulations on Legs Gone Wild. This was such a fun workout. If your calves are tight later in the day, I don't want you to continue stretching them throughout the day. Sometimes that can cause muscle damage if you aggressively stretch muscles when they're not warmed up. What I do want you doing is walking around, simply staying active, hydrating. That is going to help flush out toxins and build up from tight, sore muscles and get them in. And then also go to bed early. I know you want to be selfish with bedtime. Sometimes I am extremely selfish and I stay up too late because I want personal time. So I get it, but do the best thing for yourself when you are sore and you're feeling tight is to try to get a little bit more volume of sleep, more hours of sleep, even if it's not good quality. So I love you, ladies. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.